There is a seed sitting in grocery stores around the world right now that does something no diabetes medication on the market can do. It does not lower your blood sugar after it has already entered your bloodstream. It does not force your pancreas to produce more insulin. It does not chemically block your kidneys from reabsorbing glucose. It does something far more powerful and far more logical than any of those approaches. It physically blocks sugar from being absorbed into your blood in the first place. Before the sugar from your meal ever reaches your bloodstream, before your pancreas has to respond, before your blood glucose has a chance to spike, this seed creates a physical barrier inside your digestive system that intercepts sugar molecules and escorts them out of your body before they can cause any damage at all. This is not a theory. This is not alternative medicine. This is peer-reviewed science published in some of the most respected medical journals in the world. Researchers at Harvard Medical School, the University of Toronto, and multiple European diabetes research centers have all studied this seed and arrived at the same conclusion. It works. It works consistently, it works safely, and it works in a way that directly addresses the root mechanism of blood sugar damage rather than simply managing the symptoms after the damage has already begun. So why has your doctor never prescribed it? Why has your endocrinologist never mentioned it? Why are millions of seniors spending hundreds of dollars every month on medications with devastating side effects when this seed costs less than $3 per week and has zero negative side effects? The answer to that question is going to make you very angry, and you deserve to hear it. Stay with me for the next 20 minutes, because what you are about to learn could fundamentally change how you manage your blood sugar, starting with your very next meal. And if you want more life-changing videos like this every single week, videos that expose what the pharmaceutical industry is hiding and give you real solutions that actually work, hit that like button right now, subscribe to our channel, and smash that bell icon because every single video we release could be the one that finally gives you back control of your health. Now, before I reveal exactly what this seed is, I need you to understand the fundamental problem with how diabetes and blood sugar management are currently treated. Because once you understand the problem, the solution will make complete and perfect sense. Every time you eat a meal containing carbohydrates, bread, rice, pasta, fruit, vegetables, anything with starch or sugar, your digestive system breaks those carbohydrates down into glucose molecules. Those glucose molecules pass through the wall of your small intestine and enter your bloodstream. Your blood glucose rises, your pancreas detects the rise and releases insulin to push that glucose into your cells for energy. In a healthy body, this process works beautifully. Blood sugar rises modestly, insulin responds efficiently, glucose enters cells, blood sugar returns to baseline within 2 hours. Clean, smooth, perfectly regulated. But in a body with insulin resistance, which affects an estimated 88 million Americans and hundreds of millions more worldwide, this process has broken down. The cells have stopped responding properly to insulin. Glucose cannot get in efficiently. Blood sugar stays elevated. The pancreas works harder. More insulin is released. Over time, the pancreas exhausts itself. Blood sugar climbs higher and higher with every meal. Every single diabetes medication on the market targets this process after the glucose is already in your blood. They try to manage the fire after it has already started. Some force more insulin production. Some improve insulin sensitivity slightly. Some block glucose reabsorption in the kidneys. But every single one of them is treating a consequence rather than preventing the cause. This seed does something categorically different. It prevents the fire from starting. Let me tell you about Thomas. Thomas was 71 years old when he first came to see me. He had been diabetic for 6 years. He was on metformin and a second medication that had been added 18 months earlier when metformin alone stopped being sufficient. His A1C was 7.9. His doctor had recently mentioned that insulin injections might be the next step. Thomas was devastated. He had watched his father lose his vision to diabetes. He had watched his brother undergo dialysis for diabetic kidney disease. He was terrified of where his own trajectory was leading. When I sat with Thomas and reviewed his complete situation, I found something that his previous doctors had never addressed. Thomas was absorbing glucose from his meals with almost no resistance whatsoever. His meals, even relatively modest ones, were creating blood sugar spikes of 80 to 100 points above his baseline within 45 minutes of eating. His body had no mechanism to slow that absorption. The glucose was flooding his bloodstream faster than any medication could adequately manage. I introduced Thomas to this seed. I explained exactly how to use it, when to take it, and precisely why it would work at the mechanical level inside his digestive system. Thomas was skeptical, as any intelligent person would be. He had been told by 3 doctors that his only options were medications of increasing strength. The idea that a seed could do what those medications could not felt too simple to be true. I asked him to try it consistently for 60 days. Just 60 days, and to measure his blood sugar before and 2 hours after his main meal every single day so we could track exactly what was happening. At day 30, Thomas called my office. He said, "Something is different. My after-meal numbers are completely different from what they were." I told him to keep going. At day 60, we reviewed his glucose log together. His average post-meal blood sugar spike had dropped from 94 points above baseline to 31 points above baseline. His fasting numbers had improved. His overall glucose variability, the dangerous up and down swings that cause the most damage to nerves and blood vessels, had reduced dramatically. At his next endocrinology appointment, his A1C had dropped from 7.9 to 6.8. His endocrinologist reduced his second medication dose. The conversation about insulin injections was removed from the table entirely. Thomas told me, "I spent 6 years being told there was nothing I could do except take stronger drugs. Nobody ever told me about this seed. Here is the science of exactly why this seed works so powerfully at the mechanical level. The seed is psyllium husk, the outer coating of seeds from the Plantago ovata plant. And what psyllium husk does inside your digestive system is nothing short of extraordinary. The moment psyllium husk comes into contact with water in your digestive system, it expands dramatically and forms a thick, viscous gel. This gel coats the walls of your small intestine, the primary site where glucose is absorbed into your bloodstream. The gel acts as a physical barrier between the sugar molecules in your digested food and the absorptive cells of your intestinal wall. Sugar molecules must physically pass through this gel barrier to reach the absorption sites. The gel dramatically slows this transit. Instead of glucose flooding into your bloodstream in a sharp, rapid spike over 45 minutes, it seeps through gradually over 2 to 3 hours. The same total amount of glucose from the same meal, but delivered to your bloodstream at a fraction of the speed. This slower delivery changes everything. When glucose enters your bloodstream slowly and gradually, your pancreas can respond with a proportional, steady insulin release rather than an emergency surge. Your cells have time to absorb glucose efficiently rather than being overwhelmed. Blood sugar rises modestly and gently and returns to baseline in a normal time frame. The spike that causes nerve damage, arterial inflammation, kidney stress, and oxidative damage simply does not happen. A landmark meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reviewed 35 randomized controlled trials involving over 1,900 patients. The conclusion was definitive. Psyllium husk supplementation significantly reduced post-meal blood glucose spikes, fasting blood glucose, and A1C levels in people with type 2 diabetes. The effect size was comparable to low-dose medication, with 0 negative side effects. A second study published in Diabetes Care, one of the most respected diabetes research journals in the world, found that taking psyllium husk before meals reduced post-meal blood glucose spikes by an average of 20% in diabetic patients. 20% reduction from a seed that costs pennies per dose. A third study from the University of Toronto found that psyllium husk improved insulin sensitivity over time, meaning it not only blocked sugar absorption acutely, but actually helped reverse the underlying insulin resistance that drives type 2 diabetes in the first place. Now here is the question you are absolutely entitled to ask. If this research is real, and it absolutely is, why has your doctor never mentioned psyllium husk? Why are you being prescribed expensive medications with side effects when this seed could be doing the same job for $3 a week? The answer is heartbreaking, but it is the truth. Psyllium husk cannot be patented. It is a natural substance that has existed for thousands of years. No pharmaceutical company can own it, manufacture it exclusively, or charge premium prices for it. There is no sales representative visiting your doctor's office to explain its benefits. There is no multi-billion-dollar marketing campaign promoting it. There is no financial incentive for anyone in the medical system to recommend it. The pharmaceutical industry spends over $6 billion every year marketing diabetes medications to doctors and patients. Psyllium husk manufacturers spend essentially nothing. In a medical system driven by pharmaceutical marketing, the treatments that cannot be marketed are the treatments that get ignored, regardless of how well they work. This is not a conspiracy. It is simply the economics of a healthcare system built on profit rather than outcomes. And the people paying the price for that economic reality are the millions of seniors managing diabetes with increasingly expensive and increasingly inadequate medications while a $3 seed sits on the grocery store shelf unused. Let me tell you about Dorothy. Dorothy was 76 years old. She had been managing type 2 diabetes for 11 years. 3 medications. Perfect compliance. And still, an A1C that had crept up to 8.2 at her last appointment despite doing absolutely everything her doctors asked. Dorothy came to me not looking for miracles. She was a practical woman. She told me she just wanted to understand why her body was not responding to the medications she was faithfully taking. When I explained the mechanism of glucose absorption and showed her the research on psyllium husk, she was quiet for a long moment. Then she said, "So my medications are trying to clean up a mess that never had to happen in the first place?" Exactly. That is exactly right. Dorothy added psyllium husk to her routine before her 2 largest meals every day. Within 8 weeks, her post-meal glucose readings had transformed. Within 4 months, her A1C had dropped from 8.2 to 7.1, the largest single improvement in 11 years of diabetes management. Her doctor reduced one of her 3 medications. Dorothy told me she felt more in control of her own body than she had in over a decade. Now here is exactly how to use psyllium husk correctly, because timing and method are critical, and most people who try it get the method wrong and see limited results. You must take psyllium husk before your meal, not during and not after. The gel needs to be forming in your digestive system before the food arrives. Take 1 teaspoon of psyllium husk powder mixed into a full glass of 250 milliliters of water approximately 15 to 20 minutes before your 2 largest meals of the day. Stir it immediately and drink it quickly before it thickens into a gel in the glass. Follow it with a second full glass of plain water. The additional water is essential. Psyllium husk without adequate hydration can cause digestive discomfort and does not form the gel properly. Start with half a teaspoon before 1 meal per day for the first week and gradually increase to 1 teaspoon before 2 meals per day by week 2. This gradual introduction gives your digestive system time to adapt and eliminates the bloating or gas that some people experience when they start too aggressively. Use pure psyllium husk powder, not the flavored commercial varieties that often contain added sugars and artificial ingredients that partially negate the blood sugar benefit. Plain unflavored psyllium husk powder is available in any pharmacy or health food store. It is inexpensive, widely available, and completely safe for long-term daily use. Be consistent. The glucose-blocking effect of psyllium husk works acutely with each dose, meaning you get the benefit every single time you take it before a meal, but the additional insulin sensitivity benefits and the improvements in gut microbiome function that psyllium husk produces build cumulatively over weeks and months of consistent use. This is not a supplement you take occasionally, it is a practice you build into your routine permanently, like brushing your teeth. One important note: if you are currently taking diabetes medication, do not reduce or stop your medication based on anything you learn in this video. Work with your doctor, show them the research, ask them to monitor your glucose levels as you add psyllium husk to your routine. In many cases, as happened with Thomas and Dorothy, your doctor will want to adjust your medication based on your improved numbers, but that adjustment should always happen under medical supervision. Within 2 weeks of consistent use before meals, you will see your post-meal glucose numbers changing. Within 4 to 6 weeks, you will feel the difference. More stable energy after meals, less post-meal fatigue, clearer thinking in the hours after eating. Within 3 months, your A1C will begin reflecting the cumulative benefit of dozens of stabilized meals. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below right now with your age and your current A1C if you know it. Tell me, have you ever heard of psyllium husk before today? Have you been managing blood sugar with medications that are becoming less and less effective? I read every single comment and I respond with personalized guidance based on your specific situation. And if this video showed you that the solution to blood sugar absorption was sitting in a grocery store for $3 while you were spending hundreds on medications, please share this video right now with every person you know who is fighting diabetes. Share it with their families. Share it with anyone who deserves to know that there was always a better option available. Your blood sugar does not have to spike with every meal. The damage does not have to keep accumulating. Starting with your very next meal, you can begin blocking the sugar before it ever reaches your blood. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss a video that could change your life. Thumbnail prompt: Flux. Ideogram. YouTube thumbnail 128720, dramatic dark red and black gradient background, shocked senior male doctor, aged 65-70 in white coat on left side pointing with extremely surprised expression, large realistic pile of psyllium husk seeds with a glass of water in center with bright white spotlight glow and large red arrow pointing at the seeds, glowing human digestive system and intestines on right side highlighted in bright orange showing sugar being blocked, bold large white text at top saying 1 seed block sugar, solid red rectangle block in middle with bold yellow text saying before it reaches your blood, solid yellow rectangle block at bottom with bold red text saying why won't doctors tell you, yellow warning triangle top left corner, green check mark top right corner, cinematic dramatic lighting, ultra high contrast, photorealistic professional YouTube health channel thumbnail, no blur, only red and yellow color blocks.